All right, it's Recap Monday at Jazz Piano Skills, and Recap Monday is an opportunity for us to pause, reflect upon what we accomplished this past week with our tune study, as well as an opportunity for us to peek ahead to see what we're about to tackle and what we're about to accomplish with this upcoming week. So last week, we did our melodic analysis of the tune, A Beautiful Friendship. 2 weeks ago, we did a harmonic analysis. Last week, a melodic analysis. And with every melodic analysis, right, we start by transcribing the melody. We do our very best, right? We do our best to transcribe that melody as much as possible, not reading it out of a fake book, not using some piece of sheet music, but truly learning it by ear, just like jazz musicians do. So we do our best to transcribe that melody. We have a fabulous listening list, as you know, that's in our community forums for us to check out, to help us learn that melody performed by various artists. So it's a great way for us to hear various treatments of the tune to help us transcribe that melody. Once we have the melody transcribed to the best of our abilities, then we apply our fingerings to help us play that melody with a proper jazz articulation. Then once we've explored the fingerings, it's time for us to kind of dig beneath the surface a little bit more and look at the phrases that are found within that melody. Look at the target notes within those phrases that really help us truly understand the melody and actually learn the melody for real. Not just memorize it, but actually learn the melody. And then once we have our melody under control, we pull in those voicings that we studied 2 weeks ago with our harmonic analysis of the tune. We pull in our traditional block voicings, our traditional shells, our 3-7-9, 7-3-5 structures, our contemporary shells that are built primarily on the interval of a fourth. And what do? We place that melody on top of those chord changes to hear how beautiful the harmony and the melody work together. And then we finally have a little bit of fun, and we take our voicings, we take our melody, and we explore 3 different jazz treatments of the tune, primarily sticking with the traditional treatments of a ballad, a bossa, and a swing groove. Now, with each one of these grooves, right, our goal is to simply play the melody with the chord changes that are the voicings that we discovered 2 weeks ago in our harmonic analysis, to play that melody with the chord changes and focus on playing the melody with a very good feel, relaxed feel, and be so familiar with it that we can manipulate that melody rhythmically as we play it, right? So this is not about improvising. That comes this upcoming week. This is about literally developing the skill to freely interpret that melody rhythmically with the chord changes as we play the tune. Now, you've heard me say this many times in podcast episodes. You know, I had a teacher who used to say, look, if you can't freely play the melody, interpret that melody rhythmically over and over and over again, variations of that melody, then you really have no right even trying to improvise. And I have to agree. I really have to agree, because this is really the precursor to improvising, being able to interpret and reinterpret that melody as you wish when you play it. So the goal in playing these various treatments is not to improvise. It's really becoming so comfortable with the melody that we can freely interpret that melody as we wish. Okay, so let's start with the ballad. I have it a tempo of 100 as I demonstrated in the podcast. You have your lead sheets with you with the voicings that I included in your podcast packets. It'd be great to have those in front of you as you watch this video and listen to me play this tune. I'm going to play it just through 2 times. And again, I'm not going to improvise. The goal here is to keep it simple and to explore rhythmically interpreting that melody, hopefully based upon the various treatments that we've heard within our listening list that's available in our community forums. So, all right, so here we go. A Beautiful Friendship, a tempo of 100. That's it, right? Nice and simple. Again, we're not trying to improvise over this tune. That comes this upcoming week, working on our improvisation development. We want to just keep these melodies as we play through these various grooves, keep it very simple and explore playing that melody very expressively, right, as we can sing it internally, okay? And the same thing goes for the bossa groove, right? Now this is going to be a 120. This is kind of a interesting kind of a bossa fusion type groove, actually. So it's a little different, but nevertheless, it's 120. It's going to challenge me with being able to interpret that melody freely with this groove. So, it's, again, it's the precursor to improvisation. And again, it's actually proof positive as I challenge myself with these different grooves. It's proof positive of how well do I know this melody? How comfortable am I with this melody? Can I freely interpret it as I'm playing? So let's pull this up again, and here we go. A new groove, new tempo, and let's have some fun and see what happens. Again, focus is on the melody, not improvising. Right? Totally different groove, totally different tempo, right? So I have to be able to freely interpret that melody to fit that groove stylistically. So I have to know the melody very well. And again, like I said, and hopefully you can see there, it really is the precursor to improvisation. I'm doing a lot of little embellishments around that melody to be able to make it fit with the groove. And the same thing goes for my traditional swing groove, right? Tempo of 140, swing groove is going to require me to interpret that melody very differently. Faster tempo, an entirely different groove. So let's get at it. Here we go. Same set of changes. Tempo now is 140. It's a traditional swing groove. So let's see what I can do with the melody to make it fit stylistically. requires me to treat that melody very, very differently, and as all the tempos do, right? And that's the whole point. The whole point with the ballad groove, the bossa groove, the swing groove, different tempos, is again to give us an accurate assessment of how well do we know that melody. How comfortable are we with that melody that we can play it regardless of the tempo, regardless of the style. So there you have it. That's a wrap, right, of our melodic analysis. 2 weeks ago, we did our harmonic analysis of A Beautiful Friendship. This last week, we did our melodic analysis of the tune. And now we're going to spend this week doing some improvisation development. So tomorrow, I kick it off with the new podcast episode will be released. And then on Wednesday, I'll have a quick tip YouTube video. Thursday, there will be the online Thursday evening masterclass. I'll see you all then, 8 p.m. Central Time. If you can't make the class, no big deal. They're recorded, so you can watch and rewatch the video of the class at your convenience. And then on Friday, there will be an improvisation challenge YouTube video released. And then Saturday, the Jazz Piano Skills blog will wrap it all up in a nice, concise 4-minute article. All right, so we have a lot to look forward to this week. It's going to be great fun to explore our improvisation development and wrap up our study of A Beautiful Friendship, a harmonic analysis, melodic analysis, and improvisation development. So get ready. Podcast is tomorrow. We'll kick it all off, and we'll have a fantastic week exploring improvisation. So as always, it's time to get busy. It's time to discover, learn, and play.